Protesters continue to take to the streets of Venezuela following the country's contested presidential election. Now, Venezuela's top prosecutor is launching a criminal investigation against Edmundo Gonzalez and Maria Corina Machado, the two leaders of the opposition against President Nicolas Maduro. The investigation is centered around Machado and Gonzalez calling on the country's military to abandon their support of President Maduro and denying Maduro's claim to have won the presidential election. That is a denial that is supported by the United States government. Now, all of this is happening as U.S. officials also worry the unrest could then exacerbate the migration crisis, which, according to the UN, is already the largest forced displacement in history that was not caused by a war, with an estimated 7.7 million Venezuelans fleeing the country since 2015. Opposition leader Maria Corina Machado is joining me now from Venezuela. Thank you for being here with us. Let's start with, first of all, the fact that Maduro has still not released the vote tallies. You say you have evidence that suggests Edmundo Gonzalez won this presidential election. Also, right now, Venezuela's top prosecutor launching a criminal investigation into both you and Edmundo. What is your response to that initially?
Well, we have beyond evidence. We have the proof. We have over 83.5% of the tally sheets that demonstrate, and these are original official documents printed by the electoral machines that were collected by our polling monitors. And we were able to gather them, digitalize them, put them in a web page where everybody can see them. They have a QR code, which makes them unique and cannot be duplicated or altered. The one Edmundo Gonzalez won by a landslide. So even if Maduro gets 100% of the votes still missing, he would never even get close to Edmundo Gonzalez. So it is clear that Edmundo Gonzalez is a president-elect by the Venezuelan people.
And now let's talk about the charges against you and Edmundo Gonzalez. How do you plan on defending yourselves against these? What legal steps are you considering in response to this investigation right now?
Well, it is important to understand that the Supreme Court in Venezuela and all the judiciary system is absolutely controlled by Maduro and terrified. Even today, a prosecutor was put in jail because she refused to follow orders that were unjustly given to her against innocent protesters. So we know exactly what we have done. We are defending popular sovereignty, we're defending the vote, and we are defending our right for free protest. And we will not give up. It is important for the world to understand that this took us years to prepare for. And we had the most formidable volunteer platform of over 1 million people with specific tasks on July 28 in order to defend the vote. That is precisely what we did. And we will make the truth prevail in the days to come.
In this moment, do you fear for your own safety and the safety of your family?
We all fear for freedom. We all fear for lives. Last night, one of my colleagues, a young woman that's the director of the campaign in the state of Portuguesa, she was taken hijacked by the forces of the regime, just because she coordinated all the effort to defend the vote, and she's disappeared right now. And there are over 1,500 people that have been detained. 24 Venezuelans have been killed just for rightfully protesting the right for a future in our country so that migration will stop and the flow will reverse. We want our children, we want our family back to get back here back with us. The only way that can happen is that there is a future of prosperity, peace, and freedom in Venezuela. And that will be the consequence of a peaceful transition once we make the result of July 28 be respected.
What do you think right now the role is of the international community, particularly in the United States, in supporting Venezuela's opposition, but also ensuring a fair electoral process? I mean, what can other countries really do right now?
Well, I appreciate the fact that most democratic countries have recognized that the result that the Electoral Council gave is not true. Many countries have already recognized Edmundo Gonzalez as the elected president. The U.S. has recognized the victory of Edmundo Gonzalez, and I appreciate the Biden administration support in that sense. And now I expect that all these countries work in two ways. First, we have to stop repression. We have to stop harassment and killing of our people in the streets. Secondly, we need to support the peaceful transition to democracy. And this is something that should be pressed and let known clearly to the regime. They cannot get out with this. I mean, the victory of Edmundo Gonzalez is obvious. Everybody here and abroad know that Maduro committed huge fraud, and it is a moment to move forward into a negotiated transition.
Well, thank you so much for your bravery and your resilience and your making an effort to speak with us here today. You don't have the courts, you don't have the military right now, but you do have the public's attention, and we will continue to talk about this. Maria Corina Machado, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Kayna.